welcome back to Marvel Contest of Champions. And well, today I've been instructed that there's been something that has arrived in people's mailboxes, and it's very interesting. It's extremely interesting. So let's go into it, and I'll talk a bit more about what this means in a moment. So, it's a Synergy and Mastery update. So on the 26th of July, we'll be performing a comprehensive update of our Synergy and Mastery systems. This is good news from the start point. Synergies and Masteries were always intended to be a resource for players to accentuate their, that's a big word for Kabam, accentuate their particular roster of champions. They were never intended to create a single mandatory setup that all players would feel they need in order to have any success. Unfortunately, Willpower and Leadership have done this. The coming update is intended to return strategy and personal choice to the game. Now, that's a very good and important thing, because when people start off in playing Marvel Contest of Champions, and I've gone through this as well, and I've been victimized by this as well when it comes to an article that was put on Reddit about me, that I didn't know anything about the game, because I didn't at a certain level have dexterity, or I had parry. I had these specific synergies. If I didn't have these synergies, I didn't know anything about the game. So that's one key aspect there, that it sets apart people's own choices, and that's what I was saying there, people's own choices about what they take up within the game. So this is interesting. This is very interesting indeed. So return to strategy, personal choice to the game. The ability to reduce all damage to 0 while blocking has led to champions with leadership being used disproportionately more than other champions. So it means people obviously aren't getting a full usage out of their roster. Kabam can see specifics on they've got analytics that are able to tell them so how many champions are being used at any given time. So people that are more commonly going to use there's going to be some people who go, yeah, I can't remember the last time I used my Ant-Man, or I can't remember the last time I used my Abomination. I can't remember the last time I used XY character. So Kabam know this, so they'll kind of go, right, well, people should be playing a multitude of different types of characters. So maybe it's going to be changed within the synergies that players, say, get a lot more, say, buffs to their characters. But let's just going to read on, rather than me assuming. Meant to making future content more challenging. Would require opponents to be almost unbeatable for players who could not field a team with leadership. Due to this, the leadership synergy is being removed. And, new synergies will also be added to the game at this time. And all 4-star and higher champions will be giving a minimum of 3 total synergies. Not particularly good with regards to how they do create this really kind of decent padding for characters if they're doing comic book related synergies. For example, the new mutants that have just come into the game, they have a very kind of broad synergy setup. So will that be affected? Because some users will have invested in champions solely because of the leadership synergy, the sale values of these champions will be updated from the 26th of July to August 10th. During this time, you may regain all tier 4 catalysts used to rank up the following 4-star champions: Doctor Strange, Black Bolt, Magneto, War Machine, Scarlet Witch, Storm, Hawkeye, and both Cyclops. Very odd, because a lot of those champions are put into more common what's it called, Realm of Legends teams. So maybe that they're going to make Realm of Legends less, not as beatable in the future, but we'll see. More impactful than leadership, Willpower has led to debuff reliant champions being viewed as unusable in Alliance Wars and Arenas. Ant-Man, the argument with Ant-Man. To address this, Willpower will no longer grant a stack of healing per debuff, but will apply only to each unique debuff type. Interesting. This means that champions stacking a single debuff will no longer see their usefulness nullified by the overwhelming healing of Willpower. Summoners have allocated points to Willpower will have the units spent on these points prior to July 13th returned in a message on July 27th, along with a free mastery point recovery item, which is good. As a token of our appreciation for your continued involvement in the contest, we've granted you to tier 4 basic catalyst. 3 more of our upcoming synergy and mastery changes. Visit our blog. So I'll just claim that now in any case. But what else does this mean for the game? Well, is it going to be a case that we go back to it being more challenging? Does this answer, is this in response to, say, how things are going with the game with regards to the... Oh, what is it? There's a post that was put out, and I'll just get this up there. I'm going to put the picture just in here. But this was brought to my attention when it was put in one of my videos by someone called Jed. I'm not going to say his second name because I don't want people hunting him down. This is something that's gone out in the forums, and this is, I don't know if this is to do with the state of affairs with what's going on. I try and kind of like keep myself away from the bullshit. It's absolutely correct what they're putting, but I'll just read it out to you. Attention, Marvel Contest of Champions members. Because of the favour that Kabam gives the big dog alliances, that's true, many average underdog alliances, average Joes, came up with a 2-week no spending strike starting August 1st in order for this to have effect and making a stand against Kabam's high spending just to be great in this game. This must be done starting in the beginning of August. That's when Kabam have to pay rent. 2 weeks is half a month. That means half of what they average, which will cause them to offer better deals just to meet their quota for the month. This is an act of VOC, Voice of Customers, which will give Kabam no choice but to make adjustments and cater to the high demands on forums. In order for this to work, this message have to get spread to every chat room in the Line app, no matter how small or big of alliance. You have everyone must get wind of the VOC Act. The 2-week no spend strike starts August the 1st, 2016. Please copy and paste in every chat room you know. This is a very good initiative. As you know, I'm big on customer matters and consumer matters when it comes to things like this. And Kabam have been putting top alliances, in first in the pecking order, and it has created a hierarchical system. And I've talked about this many times. I won't bore you with it. Kabam need to understand that they should be a bit scared, very scared at the moment. Pokemon Go has been released and was extremely popular. I know people will go, "Oh, Pokemon Go, this is Marvel Contest of Champions. Why are you talking about that?" Well, it's very relevant because the fact is, if say this has 5 million active players daily, and it's probably got a lot more, imagine that being cut in half. And imagine those people that were cut in half were more interested to take on a game like Pokemon Go, or any other game for that matter. Then Kabam should be running scared to the bank, asking for an increase in their loan. This is a big issue with regards to what what the VOC is gonna achieve. I will be supporting it. I don't make any intention. I've got at the moment 5,000 units, and that was I've saved that. I'm going to be opening that hopefully by the end of the week, and then that is me spending done for a very long time. I can't see anything coming up that would justify me putting more money into Marvel Contest of Champions, unless I could get more. At least I could get Class Catalyst. That's the only thing I care about next, and I can't get that. That's going to be impossible for me to get. I'm not a massive player enough to kind of get a decent team rating in order to get into a top alliance. Yeah, that's just how it works. So these are two things. These are two arguments. Okay, the first thing being Synergy and Mastery update, and we're reclaiming back the skill to the game. And we may be then reclaiming back better characters based on usage. So Joe Fixit will be more of a playable character. Ant-Man maybe more of a playable character. Downside in some ways when it comes to playing questing. I think that maybe that's where it might suffer. How do you solve a problem like arenas? That's still a problem there. With regards to anybody trying to get a 4-star. Getting a 4-star is pretty darn impossible when it comes to that. So that needs to be addressed. I'm not sure if this would have been the key issue that Kabam should have addressed, synergies and masteries. Yes, it's one of the problems, but it wasn't high up on the list. And maybe Kabam, it's time to listen to your customers and give them what they actually want and not what you think would be good to do change on, you know. Second thing is that this movement, support this movement. Let's do it, okay? I'm one of the YouTubers that are gonna promote this movement. Let's do it. I've tried to get in contact with Kabam myself to do a giveaway for you guys. Not interested. They're also not interested about their game being easily hackable. If you have no intention to listen to content creators like myself or any of the others, then by all means prepare for what is going to come after. And I'm always saying to you guys to come and work with me, Kabam. This is me talking to you, Kabam. Always work with me if you want to, and we can make the game better. Hashtag make Marvel Contest of Champions great again. Why not do that? So yeah, what is everybody's thoughts? Did you want this to be sorted out? Should this be patched? Or shouldn't it be patched? Would you like Kabam to listen to you more rather than putting something on the forums and expect it to be ignored, or have a very weak computeristic response to it? Let me know your thoughts, rant in the comments, and yep, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Take Thor's hammer, smash it down on that like button, and as always, I shall catch you on the flip side. Bye bye.
Hi guys, RichTheMan here, and I'm just falling out of a tree. Thank you for watching that video, and remember to like, subscribe, and catch one of my live streams. Anyway, see you later. Bye. Someone call an ambulance, for God's sake.